In this video, I want to show you a Major League Baseball hitting strategy. Basically, you're just betting on a team to get more hits than another team. I call it the just hit it strategy. It's a strategy that I tested out for about a month, and I just want to share it with you guys and let you know what I found. Let's get this shit started. Okay, so for this tutorial, we're going to be using FanDuel. I know some sportbooks won't let you bet this way, so for this example, we're going to be using our FanDuel account. If you don't have a FanDuel account, go ahead and click on the links in the description, and you can get a special bonus for signing up. Okay, so with the just hit it strategy, there's a couple things we want to focus on. For starters, you want to make sure that you wait until at least a fourth of the Major League Baseball season is completed. Now, don't worry, in this video, it will make sense on why we're waiting until a fourth of the season is complete. The next thing is you want to place your bets at night. So if there's a game on a Monday, you would want to place your bets on a Sunday night. You're going to get the best odds on these games when you place the bet the night before. Next, we're going to be focusing on good hitting teams and bad hitting teams. This just means that the teams get a lot of hits. We really don't care if they win or lose, we just want them to hit. And also with the bad hitting teams, we don't really care if they win or lose, we just don't want them to get many hits that game. Now, another area that we're going to be looking at is good pitching and bad pitching. For good pitching teams, we want good starting pitchers and good bullpens. For bad pitching teams, we want bad starting pitchers and horrible bullpens. Don't worry, this shit will make sense in just a little bit. And lastly, you've got to always track your bets and everything, and you can make some adjustments, but you just use an Excel spreadsheet and you just put down the teams that you're betting on, their odds, whether or not you won or lost, how much you won, simple stuff like that. It just makes it easy to go back and look at it and see, you know, these numbers are hitting, these numbers aren't hitting, and plus it keeps it separate from your other bets that you might be placing. Okay, now I'm going to kind of show you the data that we're looking for, and I can tie everything together and you can start using the strategy if you want. Okay, so the first thing I like to do is I like to go to MajorLeagueBaseball.com and look under their Probable Pitchers. And I also use an app called The Score, which is really good when I'm not sitting at my computer. But basically, for this tutorial, I'm just going to show you how to do it with MajorLeagueBaseball.com and the Probable Pitchers. And I'll put a link in the description too. But basically, I find tomorrow and I look through the games. And what I'm doing is I'm looking at the ERA for each pitcher that's pitching. And I'm looking for something, you know, drastically different. And for this example, I know that I want to take the Cleveland Guardians because Gavin Williams is pitching. He's got a 3.74 ERA. And Alec March, who sucks ass, is pitching, and he's got a 6.20 ERA. And the Royals bullpen is complete shit. Another one that I'm interested in is this Cubs and White Sox game. I'm interested in taking the Cubs because their number one pitcher is pitching against Lance Lynn, who's been pretty terrible this year. Now don't worry, this is just the first step. I'm going to show you more ways in which I research it to see if it's even a play that I want to make. And you'll just see how easy this method is for making money with Major League Baseball. And then you can just tell me how great I am in the YouTube comments down below. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to search for Teams by Hits. And I'll put that link in the description too. But basically, I'm on Major League Baseball's website. And the only thing we care about is this hits right here. We want to see who gets the most hits, what teams get the most hits. And as the season goes on, you will just start to memorize, like, okay, the Rangers get the most hits. Boston, you know, they get a lot of hits. Boston was like down 12th, but they've been hot lately, so I've been taking them a lot. But basically, you just want to study this. You want to see who can hit and who can't hit. And obviously, the Oakland Athletics, they can't hit worth a damn. Like, they are so horrible at hitting. And one that's surprising is the Yankees are the next to last at hitting. But anyways, you basically want to just sort by hits and look at that information on the matchups. And since I've already done this Guardians and Royals one, which I already know I want, I can see that the Cleveland Guardians, 874 hits. Kansas City Royals, 795 hits. And they're playing in Cleveland. Now, with the Chicago Cubs game that I was interested in, you can see that the Cubs, 856 hits, and they have their ace pitching against the Chicago White Sox, 827. Slightly more, not a huge discrepancy, but still, the big thing for me is they have their ace pitching, and the White Sox pitcher isn't that good. Okay, so the next thing you're going to want to look at is you're going to type in team Major League Baseball pitching totals. And again, I'll put a link in the description. But basically, you want to sort by hits. And as we can see, the Rockies give up the most hits. Now, if you click on the arrow again, you can see who gives up the fewest amount of hits, which is the Tampa Bay Rays. But anyways, as I said, the Royals pitching sucks, and you can see that they give up 911 hits, and they're playing Cleveland, who only gives up 827 hits. Okay, the next one we're going to search for bullpens. This is say we're a little bit we've got, two even pitchers, or one's pretty good and one's kind of bad, but we're kind of on the fence about it. What I like to do is I like to check the bullpen and see how many runs they give up, or how many hits they give up. So I'll put a link in the description, but I use covers, and you can see that the Oakland Athletics, they give up their bullpens the worst in the league. If you click on it and sort it, you can see the Minnesota Twins have the best bullpen in the league as far as giving up the fewest hits. So back to our example, Cleveland, they have the third best for hits given up. And as I told you, the Royals suck ass. They have 365. They're near the bottom down here. Okay, so now you probably want to know, how do you actually place these bets? Well, what you want to do is you want to log into your FanDuel account and click on Major League Baseball. And we're going to do the Cubs game because the Royals and Indians game's already started. And so you click on the game. Then you scroll over to hits and runs. And this little tab right here, most hits, you click on that. And we want to take the Chicago Cubs for plus 120. Now, keep this in mind. They have their number one pitcher pitching. They have a better bullpen, and we're getting plus money for this. Granted, they are playing on the road, but I think they got it. And as you can see, we put in $100, we get $120 back for it. Now, I did log my results for about 30 days. Now, as you can see from this first screenshot, I was hitting about 70%, which is absolutely crazy with sports betting. Now, keep in mind, some of these wins were actually like negative 165 odds. I did win a couple plus odds. But as you can see, I did really adjust my strategy. I even went cold for a while, meaning I was losing a lot of bets, which is fine. If you're managing your bankroll properly, you're going to go on cold streaks, meaning I'm betting 1 to 3% of my bets every time. But as you can see, I did get hot again, meaning I was winning my bets left and right, and a lot of those wins were actually like negative 105s and even plus money. So do make sure you really understand how to manage your bankroll before you try any sports betting strategy, though. I've done videos on managing your bankroll and everything, but as you can see, I was 45 and 29. That's about a 56% win rate, but most importantly, the ROI was 16% on my bankroll. So overall, I do really feel like it's a very good strategy that you can use for about 3/4 of the baseball season. Again, you're going to wait the first quarter of the season before you start using this, because you will be able to look at statistics and know what you're going to do from there. Teams will get hot, teams will get cold, so you can kind of adjust to that. But overall, I am very happy with the strategy, and I was kind of on the fence about sharing it with everybody, but I just decided to go ahead and do it so people will have a new way they can bet on Major League Baseball, which I really do like. Congratulations, you made it to the end of my video. You deserve a pat on the back. Or not, I don't care. But anyways, if you've liked this video, would you go ahead and like it? Or leave a comment if you got something to say. Questions on how this betting system works. Maybe your results from betting this way. Or just let me know if you think Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you want more great betting tips. Always check out the links in the description. And I'm out! I got a party to crash!